Stories like these need to continue to be told. Public schools in some states now can't teach this because some kids might be offended. I mean, come on, that is so messed up. I just don't get it. On May 28, 1830, President Andrew Jackson signed into law the Indian Removal Act. Up to that point, the U.S. government had used treaties as one means to displace Native Americans from their tribal lands. In cases where this failed, the government sometimes violated both treaties and Supreme Court rulings to facilitate the spread of European Americans westward across the continent. As land-hungry Americans poured into the backcountry of the coastal South,
Are we there yet?
Native American tribes living there appeared to be the main obstacle to westward expansion. Although Presidents Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe argued that the Native American tribes in the Southeast should exchange their land for lands west of the Mississippi River, they did not take steps to make this happen. In 1814, Major General Andrew Jackson led an expedition against the Creek tribe, where Jackson's forces soundly defeated the Creeks and destroyed their military power. He then forced upon the Native Americans a treaty whereby they surrendered to the United States over 25 million acres of their traditional land. Over the next decade, Jackson led the way in the Indian removal campaign. Under this kind of pressure, Native American tribes, specifically the Creek, Cherokee, Chickasaw, and Choctaw, realized that they could not defeat the Americans in war. The appetite of white settlers for land was pretty much unstoppable. Jackson encouraged Congress to adopt the Removal Act of 1830, which established a process whereby the president could grant land west of the Mississippi River to Native American tribes that agreed to give up their homelands. With the act in place, Jackson and his followers are free to persuade, bribe, and threaten tribes into signing removal treaties and leaving the Southeast. By the end of his presidency, he had signed into law almost 70 removal treaties, the result of which was to move nearly 50,000 Eastern Native Americans to Indian Territory. And despite the vastness of the Indian Territory, the government intended that the Native Americans' destination would be a more confined area, which later became eastern Oklahoma. However, the Cherokee Nation resisted, and President Jackson obtained the signature of a Cherokee chief agreeing to relocation in the Treaty of New Echota, which Congress ratified in 1835. The Cherokee signing party represented only a faction of the tribe. The majority made a desperate attempt to hold on to their lands, which failed in 1838, and under the guns of federal troops, the Cherokee were forced to the dry plains across the Mississippi. Best estimate, between 3,000 and 4,000 out of the 15,000 to 16,000 Cherokees died en route from the brutal conditions of the Trail of Tears. The story of how the U.S. systematically and in essence stole the Native Americans' homeland would continue for decades.